Well, this is the Doom Patrol's second of 3 opportunities to terrorize the Beyond Wrestling roster at World of Hurt. As we saw, Johnny Mangway, who's accompanying the Pitboss to the ring right now, obviously successful in knocking off Darius Carter, although it took a low blow to do so. And we still have Chris Dickinson set to go one-on-one with TJ Marconi later on tonight, but it is seriously a matter of time before the Beyond Wrestling roster can get on the same page and overwhelm and overthrow the Doom Patrol. I mean, we've seen Corvus Fear aligning himself with Zach Novak, somebody he introduced into Beyond Wrestling, as well as Team Beyond, and now TJ Marconi and Darius Carter, all looking for their shot to try and knock off the Doom Patrol, but they have not had any success thus far. The Doom Patrol working so well together in singles matches as well as together as a unit have been nearly unstoppable. And right now it sounds as though that's Nick Talent's theme music, but there's no way that Nick Talent is going to be in any condition to compete today. And there we see Nick Talent getting up on the apron, sitting by ringside the whole time. I mean, he was injured by Chris Dickinson at the Gospel of the Boards. He's not even cleared to compete. He came today to show his support for the other wrestlers. And there you hear Pitboss still trying to goad an injured athlete into the ring. And obviously frustration setting in. Nick Talent upset that he's basically being humiliated in front of all the other wrestlers because he can't compete. But, you know, he has to do what's right for his long-term safety.
Picking up a small chair like that.
Yeah, really. He don't got no gear on. I don't see no gear.
You're going to have to forfeit, bro. That's -1 point.
Well, I mean, Nick Talent heard it right there. He was scheduled to compete.
He's hurt. I ain't making him wrestle.
He can't get anything.
So that's it.
That's it. Well,
Put one in the L.
all right.
Well, that's going to be 2.
I mean, Nick Talent obviously very conflicted about this whole situation.
The match started. He's outside. Come on.
And I mean, this is humiliating. Not even allowing him to take the forfeit victory. Doom Patrol asking for Nick Talent to be counted out in this situation. And there you see the other wrestlers around ringside restraining him. Having to talk Nick Talent out of a potentially dangerous situation again. You know, recovering from a concussion caused by Chris Dickinson. And that's it. I mean, Nick Talent's been disqualified here, and you can't blame him for being upset. Well, the Pitboss picking up a victory. And again, these guys still running their mouth, still adding insult to injury. Just let it go. You already picked up the victory. You've already rubbed it in the kid's face that he's hurt as a result of one of your partner's actions because of what Chris Dickinson did to him at Gospel of the Boards. Now what's this?
The ultimate athlete is now here beyond. And after my victory last month, when I defeated Josh Thor, and I got +1. Well, tonight, Pitboss, you want to be a bully, you want to push people around, you can't compete. Tonight, Pitboss, I'm looking for +2.
Well, it sounds like Mark Angel is challenging the Pitboss. I mean, Pitboss not going to be able to go to the back without a fight.
I want to go out with +2.
Mark Angel not even scheduled to compete today. Just one of the wrestlers here on standby looking for an opportunity. Obviously making his debut at the last taping at the Gospel of the Boards. And now the Pitboss, who's already up 1 point today, asking the other wrestlers if they want to see that. I mean, you got to give Mark Angel credit, you know, trying to make an opportunity for himself and even sticking up on the behalf of Nick Talent, but Mark Angel may be overwhelmed just by the sheer size and power of the Pitboss. The Pitboss, certainly not somebody that you consider to be a technique wrestler, and you've got to think that that's going to be Mark Angel's biggest strength coming into this match. I mean, Mark Angel, an incredible athlete, calling himself the ultimate athlete, but not sure if his conditioning alone will be enough to just overwhelm the sheer brutality of the Pitboss. There again, using that technique, trying to bend the wrist to try and gain leverage to be able to throw the Pitboss down to the mat. But there you see the Pitboss just trying to push Mark Angel down. But Mark Angel showing his neck strength. I mean, he's a strong competitor on his own right. We saw what he did to Josh Thor, just muscling him up and throwing him overhead. And Mark Angel, grabbing Pitboss by the back of the head, perhaps pulling the hair to yank him down. Tactics that we're used to seeing out of members in the Doom Patrol, but really at this point, whenever one of the wrestlers on the roster is stepping foot in the ring with any member of the Doom Patrol, all bets are off. By any means necessary at this point. And the Pitboss not too quick to get back in the ring, but Mark Angel giving him his opportunity. Mark Angel still looking for a fair fight. These two tie up once again. Mark Angel applying that side headlock, wrenching away on the neck of the Pitboss. And Pitboss just connecting with some elbows to the solar plexus. He's going to be looking to push Angel off. Angel holding onto the ropes, and the Pitboss just a body avalanche. Oh, looks like he caught him on the face too with that arm. But as he goes for a suplex, Angel is able to find a reversal and again bring Pitboss down to the mat. Mark Angel, somewhat of a hybrid wrestler. He likes to employ, obviously, a lot of technique, some mat wrestling. I mean, he's really borrowed strategies from every different wrestling style. There you see, again, the power on display. He's been known to show some agility, but he's not proven it in Beyond Wrestling. Again, he's only competed once for us at the Gospel of the Boards, defeating Josh Thor in his debut match. So far, it seems like he's able to subdue the Pitboss from really gaining any momentum, but it doesn't seem like he's too effective in, building any momentum himself. And now the Pitboss just applying a side headlock. It's going to pop Mark Angel's head off. Mark Angel, though, give him credit, doing what he can to try and find an escape, able to push the Pitboss off, but the Pitboss just mows him over. Mark Angel trying to trip up the Pitboss to no avail, able to avoid contact with that leapfrog and just muscling him over with that headlock takeover. Perhaps Pitboss going for a spear or maybe just a rudimentary tackle. But Mark Angel able to keep control of him, but not able to dish out the type of punishment that it is going to be necessary in order to beat an opponent like the Pitboss. And the Pitboss again just wailing away on the midsection of Mark Angel to find an escape. And now just barring that arm, just wrenching away where the arm meets the rest of the body at the shoulder. And you see the pain etched on the face of Mark Angel again. In there with a competitor as strong as the Pitboss, even though he is not as skilled as some of the other wrestlers, just the raw power is difficult to overcome. And here we see Mark Angel. Again, now he's going to be showing some of that agility, but he took too much time. Johnny Mangway just on the outside causing a momentary distraction, and as he slingshots himself in, the Pitboss is able to get the knees up. That might be it. No, Angel able to kick out at 2. A terrible landing from Mark Angel, and really the tides have turned very quickly in the favor of the Pitboss, and the Pitboss just clubbing away now. And the Pitboss just driving his knees right to the back. The Pitboss, though, getting right in the face of the official. This guy has no respect for authority whatsoever. Again, I'm not even sure what has driven him to become a professional wrestler, except for the fact that I know that this guy likes to fight. And come on, get Johnny Mangway out of there. Pitboss providing the distraction. Johnny Mangway getting right in the face of Mark Angel and unloading with a series of rights. But as I was starting to say, I mean, the Pitboss, somebody who's been in and out of jail multiple times for fighting. I mean, it seems in the confines of a professional wrestling match, he's given the opportunity to basically do what he likes to do, which is beat the shit out of people without having to, risk getting arrested. Mark Angel able to find a counter right there, taking Pitboss down with a clothesline, and Pitboss is wobbly right now, trying to get back up to his feet, but I don't even think he knows where he is right now. Charging it with that clothesline a little too late, gets dumped with that German suplex. And again, it looks like the perseverance and the technique of Mark Angel is starting to overcome, the Pitboss. I'm not sure if the Pitboss came into this match with a strategy. I'm not even sure if the Pitboss knew that he was going to be competing. Obviously, since it was, pretty common knowledge amongst the other wrestlers that Nick Talent was going to be coming into this weekend injured. But look at Mark Angel right here. What he's going to be doing could be catastrophic. The Pitboss using his strength, holding onto those ropes for dear life. If he was to collide with that concrete head first, that would spell certain doom. Oh, but just pulling Mark Angel down face first on the apron, using his arm. Oh no, what is the Pit Boss doing? Oh, for Christ's sake! Just dumping him with the German suplex on the floor! You gotta be kidding me! Take another look at that! The way that the Pit Boss arched! Oh my God! I mean, that did something that could put somebody on the shelf long term. The Pit Boss doesn't care about the well-being of anybody that he steps foot in the ring with. Mark Angel is somebody who's, you know, an aspiring young wrestler, somebody who has all the potential in the world, could have many, many years ahead of him. I mean, who knows the extent of the injuries that could be caused from a maneuver like that. And the Pit Boss, again, no regard for his opponent. As soon as Mark Angel gets in the ring, perhaps more guts than brains in this instance, gets met in the face of the drop kick from the Pit Boss. That's, oh, come on! There you see blood starting to form on the face of Mark Angel, too. You're going to wonder if it's from any possible internal injuries suffered throughout this contest. Whether it was when he missed that slingshot senton and Pit Boss got the knees up, or now that German suplex on the floor, and now Pit Boss just driving the knees out of a defenseless opponent. Somebody needs to put a stop to this. And the Pit Boss just snapping the neck again. I mean, clearly focusing his strategy on the back and the neck of Mark Angel. I'm not sure if that's by design or by pure luck. Again, Pit Boss just likes to fight. Oh, again, just clubbing away with those double sledges in between the shoulder blades. Now picking Mark Angel up. He's got him trapped in the corner. The Angel's still fighting back. I gotta say, I'm impressed with the tenacity of this kid. The Pit Boss, though, looking to shoot him across the ring. Oh, and breaking the ropes with the impact of that Irish whip, sending him chest first, and just killing him with that clothesline right across the face. Oh, Pit Boss going to the pin. But Mark Angel's still able to kick out of that. Again, let's take another look at that. Angel getting whipped into the buckle so hard that the ropes have come off. But where's this kid finding the energy? And as Pit Boss comes ricocheting off those ropes, Angel's able to find that enziguri. I think Pit Boss is a little bit confused what to do right now. Gets tossed halfway across the ring with that overhead suplex, and this might be the opportunity that Angel needs to recover. I mean, he should be going to get the pin on Pit Boss, especially after a throw like that, but perhaps even to buy just a few moments to regain his bearings. There you see the other wrestlers coming to ringside to try and reassemble the ring so it won't interfere any further with this match. Pit Boss barely kicking out of that. Again, up to the discretion of the referee, Brett Lauderdale, perhaps with a better view than I have from this vantage point calling the action, but Pit Boss barely getting the shoulder off the mat. Oh, now Pit Boss not only beating the shit out of his opponent, but still taunting the other wrestlers around ringside, but that punch connected square on the nose. There you see Mark Angel trying to get feeling back into his hand. He might have broken it on that shot. Is that going to be enough? And the Pit Boss again, without much energy to kick out, but still enough to get the shoulder off the mat, still enough for this match to continue. Mark Angel perhaps making a mistake here. His opponent was already down on the mat, now picking him back up. But again, trying to display his strength, body slamming Pit Boss into position. What does Angel have in mind here? Running across the ring, building up momentum, and all impact with that moonsault. Again, Mark Angel borrowing from many different styles. Pit Boss still managing to get on it too, though. And there you see referee Brett Lauderdale checking the condition of both of these athletes. This has been a fight for the ages. I mean, nothing pretty about it, but these guys are just beating the hell out of one another. And you think that it was personal. But and you know what? To an extent it is. Even with newcomers like Mark Angel, they know what's been going on at Beyond Wrestling. They know that the Doom Patrol have basically been terrorizing Beyond Wrestling. And there you see Mark Angel prepared, perhaps for the interference on Johnny Mangway's behalf. He gets kicked to the floor. And Nick Talent now getting in the face of Johnny Mangway. But giving the Pit Boss the time that he needs perhaps to find an opening, perhaps to try and find a counter as he is placed precariously on that top rope. A couple of body shots and able to just send Mark Angel crashing down to the mat. But as the Pit Boss is arguing with the official, Mark Angel able to find an opening and just that Japanese-style arm drag, able to throw the Pit Boss down again. Again, go back to what I was saying. nothing personal between these two, but Mark Angel obviously looking to pick up a big victory. Again, he just wants to move up the ranks of Beyond Wrestling. He's not afraid of anybody. But the Doom Patrol, I mean, they've made Beyond Wrestling their own personal hell. Just to take out their own problems on whoever steps foot in Beyond Wrestling. Certainly not what we had intended when this project was started in May of 2009. Oh, God! The Pit Boss just dropping Mark Angel on the back of his head. And look at that, the Pit Boss will not be one up to standing moonsault of his own. But that could have been a mistake. I almost think that if after Mark Angel got dropped on the back of his head with that spine buster, if the Pit Boss went right into the pin from there, if he would have, been better off picking up the victory. And now again, hold him in that front face lock. Mark Angel trapped, just getting clubbed across the back. And the Pit Boss, not as much behind those strikes as the start of the contest again. As this match continues to go on, it's taking its toll on both of these wrestlers. And how much more can Mark Angel take? I mean, now pretty much getting thrown overhead 6 to 8 feet in the air, coming crashing down on the back again. 1, 2, no! Mark Angel really showing a lot of heart throughout this contest. And again, perhaps Pit Boss's lack of technique or strategy going into a match like this has made him somewhat ineffective in being able to close the deal. You've got to think there's been multiple points throughout this contest where Pit Boss has had Mark Angel beat. But again, it's the lack of planning coming into a match. I mean, Pit Boss just wants to fight. I'm not even sure if it matters to him who wins the match. And now just raining down blows on Mark Angel. Again, got him trapped in the corner. Series of shots to the temple. And now Pit Boss in position, again, yelling at the other wrestlers around ringside. But Mark Angel showing some strength, able to hit that Alabama slam. He's got the leg hook, because that'd be it. Oh, and Johnny Mangway getting involved one more time, breaking up the pin. He shouldn't even be ringside at this point. The Pit Boss grabbing Angel by the hair, but Angel's just bum rushing him. He's got him hooked, and that modified Death Valley driver hooking the neck on the way down. That's what he defeated Josh Thor with, and that's what he's able to pick up a victory with here over the Pit Boss. A very impressive showing by Mark Angel. I mean, you don't even have to consider this to be somewhat of an upset. At times, almost fighting a 2-on-1 handicap match, but able to just find that move out of nowhere. And there you see, Nick Talent appreciating that Mark Angel has basically come to his aid in this situation. I mean, perhaps could we be seeing an alliance form between these two? I mean, as far as I'm concerned, every member on the Beyond Wrestling roster should be getting on the same page to try and take out the Doom Patrol.
You haven't been disappointed yet. What makes you think that you're going to be disappointed in the future? Nothing. Plus 2.
Mark Angel, again, picking up another point. He's now +2 in the ranking system, but how is this going to fare for the rest of the wrestlers on the roster now? I mean, the Pit Boss suffering a defeat, and you've got to think that all of the members of the Doom Patrol are going to be absolutely livid and looking to take it out on anybody that they step foot in the ring with. Again, still coming up later on tonight, it's going to be TJ Marconi going up against Chris Dickinson, and you got to wonder what the involvement of the Pit Boss and Johnny Mangway is going to be.